A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there to my channel, the Twinflame Union. And the title of this channeling session is Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine Moving Together. So let's get started. Now, ever since the DF and DM came together, they obviously know very well that it took them a lot of effort to be in the state of reconciliation. They both developed that spiritual understanding that to be with one another, they had to fight a lot of demons, they had to do a lot of healing, and both of them got that spiritual insight. It's not like just one of them got it, like how a lot of people on internet say that. I think that spiritual journey is done by both of them. Otherwise, they cannot come on the same page. But of course, the Divine Feminine, I feel that is very, very powerful. And it's her inner work, her healing, her constant healing and constant work is what brings this like a chain reaction. I always say that and I will always say that. And again, this journey does not culminate in a month or two, or in a day or two. That's why all the people who come to me for coaching, other than personal reading and counseling, all of the sessions I do, they are not just one-day sessions. And this is something that everyone knows who's getting training from me, and they will say that. There are people who took up the therapy from me like 2 months back, 3 months back. Even though it is 7 sessions, I don't do 7 sessions like one by one, because in every session, we release a lot of trauma, we release a lot of abuse, and then we wait. I have to wait, then more surfaces up. In some cases, I do sessions like 2 sessions are in quick sessions, and then the remaining 2 or the remaining rest of the 5 or 6, they will happen one by one. Some people, they take up 3 sessions, and again, all of those who are listening, and in any case, if those are the people also who are listening, because I know those who take therapy from me, then they are in direct communication with me, so they don't generally then listen to the channelings, but still some do. But if they do, if they are, then they would know this by experience, because you cannot heal traumas and you cannot do the work in one session, or how so many people, they say that, okay, I can get you into union like this, like that. It doesn't work like that. What a coach would do, what a therapist would do is, and in specific this case, because twin flame ascension is very different. I also do fitness programs. I also do various other types of, like if you are in financial crisis, because some of the things are very much connected to the twin flame journey. And even those, they cannot happen in one go. So if some of you write to me saying that, please help me, then you have to understand there is a reason why a course is designed in such a way, be it 3 sessions or be it 7 sessions. They will not happen in 1 week. That is not how it works. They could probably happen in 3 weeks. They could probably get completed in 1 month, or even for some cases 3 months, because I also need time. And then I want to put people in a place where they can then finally be on their own, because in some cases you also have to practice, and without practice nothing happens. Let me tell you, you cannot just sit in one corner and expect things to change in the twin flame ascension journey, especially because not everyone is here for the twin flame journey. Somebody had commented yesterday that not everyone has a twin flame, some people have soulmate. There is something I want to say here so that everyone can benefit from this comment, and these type of comments are good because some of the comments are very intelligent and wise. Some of them are very wise, but they are a little incomplete, so I would like to complete it, that everyone on this planet, everyone has a divine counterpart, an exact polar opposite. But it is not necessary that everyone is here on twin flame journey. Twin flame people are special people, and I'm not making you feel superior, because you all know how hard it is. Even if you want to feel superior, you still know there's so much work that needs to be done. But since I somehow naturally, by God's grace, by the grace of my master, I am coaching people who are in the final stages, It's in the final stages only when you have the darkest demons are hidden, because in the on and off situation, in the runner chaser dynamic, you still have not touched to that place. You still don't know what is this runner chaser dynamic, what is the reason for this. Like one day I am so happy with my twin, and the next day we have a fight, then we don't talk for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and again we come back, then again we do it, then again we come back. This goes on for so many years. So what is this happening? The deep work is never done in the initial stages, because in the initial stages you are really like the things have started working out for you. So the first interaction or the beginning interaction is very beautiful, and after the final stages, because you're so wise and you're so mature and you're so intelligent, you know the things, then you can fully work in the mission. All of this work is actually going so that you are perfectly giving your best in the mission, and you can face the challenges. Every single person out there, you are all here to serve the planet. And there was another comment by a lady. She said very nicely that this is not a journey for romance. Please understand that. We are here to serve. We are here to work. We are the warriors. We are the light workers. So if you're here to work, if you're here as a spiritual warrior, then your understanding towards a relationship is very different. You're not a conventional person. Conventional relationships will never work for you, and neither would a conventional lifestyle work for you. In your neighborhood also, you will stand out. In your city also, you will stand out. On Facebook also, you'll stand out, or wherever, social media, you'll stand out. But you'll not stand out for being like others and, being materialistic. So this is one thing that divine masculine also learns, because divine masculines are very materialistic. They're very materialistic in the very beginning. They're very enamored by all the materialistic things. So these things change, but the change happens in a certain type of way. Now both of them have understood this, because both of them have slogged their asses during this journey in a big way. So they understand that to be here, to be in this position where we are under the same roof without snapping at each other, without nagging each other, without taunting each other, without fighting with each other, to be in this situation, we have really gone through so much. So they appreciate it. Now they are not going to snap at one another. They're not going to taunt at one another. And even if they do by chance, they're not going to take it so personally that, for 6 months they don't want to see one another's face, because every time they've taunted each other, every time they've nagged each other, or every time they've hurt each other, it has triggered a very deep emotion, which is not found on the surface. Deep emotions are found in the depth of your subconscious mind, on the deepest layers of your subconscious mind. So first of all, you have to be really smart, and you have to be really grateful to universe to actually be in separation, because the final stages of twin flame journey, they are seen in the separation phase only the most, okay? And you have to enjoy this separation phase. This separation is so important, because if you are not in separation, you're going to kill one another. The energies are so intense, the negativity is so much that you're going to do something very nasty to one another, which you don't want to do. So it's better you separate. It's better you go away. You must be really happy that your divine masculine ran away. Because if he would not have ran away to save his life, something would happen to him. Maybe you would do it, maybe he would do it, but you would both bang, against one another. The energies are like that. So it's better you work in solitude and he works in solitude. And when you learn the life lessons and when you have cleared everything, then you're ready to come back to one another. So this separation phase is actually the best phase. When you actually reach the final stages, you look back, you will be like, wow, man, this is the best thing that has happened to me, because you're going to achieve so much. You're going to really find out who you are, your authentic self, your real self, and you're going to be so strong. You're going to be a diva, a goddess by the end of it. And when you become a god and goddess, only then you can then ascend further to go to source. Like, obviously, as a god and goddess, you are connected with the source, but there is so much to do. You know how many dimensions are there? in the existence. There is so much to do, man. Like, you can just keep leveling up. Like, I know people in my personal circle who don't even eat food. Can you believe that? They survive without eating food for days. And they don't even lose weight. They don't look crazy. They don't look depressed. There are so many of my friends who do water fast, Just the way, we do certain work. Even I try to do these things and I do these things. So I'm talking from my experience. Later on, at the higher stages of ascension, you basically break down all the factors that make you identify with your body, with your temporary self, So there is a lot to do. As I said, fitness is connected to twin flame ascension. Because see, if you're unhealthy, if you're not fit, if you're very negative, then that is also something which impacts you and your relationship. Then your relationship with money is also very important. If you're constantly broke, if you're constantly looking at other people, if your own, understanding for money is so depleted, because money is just an energy. It's just a thought that if I want to buy something, if I want to do something, I should be able to do it easily. If I have to always, be so troubled just to buy, say, a book, a $10 book, or a $50 something, or a $200 something, or a $500 something, or a $1,000 something, it should not be like a breaking point for me or for anyone, So everything in the ascension journey is connected to your union, because everything is energy. Food and water is also giving you energy. So you must become that type of a person who is so independent, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, that you don't really care, and then you mirror that, because what people mirror from the divine masculine is basically what they have within. If the divine masculine is hating you or you're hating him, that's what you're mirroring right now. So first the focus has to be moved away from them and the focus has to come on you, and they have gone through all of this. So when they're actually standing holding hands, it's not physical, it's not romantic. It's not at all romantic and physical, in fact. It's more like, we are travelers, we are co-travelers in this journey, and we are here. We are basically confidantes, After a point, you both know each other so well, because you know your own self very well. Until and unless you don't know who you are, you can never know another person. That's why many people have misplaced loyalties. The divine masculines learn through misplaced loyalties. They are very loyal people. Let me tell you, one of the biggest quality of the divine masculine is they are very, very loyal. But because they are not loyal to themselves, or they don't know where to place their loyalties, they get into the trap of karmics. They get into the trap of wrong people. They get into the trap of bad businesses or wrong jobs, and so on and so forth. So they look at the house and they say that this house is made from our moral courage. This house could be of bricks and cements or stones or wood or whatever. Those might be the ingredients that were required. But actually this is a result of our inner work, of our healed wounds. They are actually looking at the walls. So someone who's showing them the house may not even know what they're doing, but they can talk through to one another, and they are also using words. So they're also alone. They also have private time and they're moving in. So initially they're looking for houses. Finally they find the right house, and then they or the DM finds the house and she just moves in, or the DF already has a house and he moves in. It's something like that, it can play out any which way. It's not specific, okay, this is the only thing that will happen. So they are saying to one another that this is our house. And they're also saying that this house is beautiful. And this house is not beautiful because of the infrastructure. This house is beautiful because this is where our happiness is. Because the house is being created by our energy, our personal energy, our heart chakra. So home is where the heart is, and this is where our heart is. They look at the colors of the wall and they say that this is not the color of the wall, this is the color of our love. Again, there's nothing romantic in this, okay? Because one love, I keep talking about one love because one love is something that is so pure, so unconditional, so real, so authentic. And then the divine feminine says to the divine masculine that I can smell honesty in this house. I can smell loyalty in this house. I can smell this energy because both of them are so loyal to each other, and most importantly they have been loyal to their own soul. So divine feminines also learn this, right? That's why she's able to heal the narcissistic template. And obviously I am talking about a DF who has already healed it. So if you are resonating with this, know that in future you would have healed it. And when you heal the narc template, which is the most difficult template, you're basically like the boss. You're the boss of your life, nobody else is. This is mirrored with the DM, and he starts taking his own decisions, which earlier he could not take. Though he would talk a lot about taking decisions and choosing the sides and blah, blah, blah. But for himself, he could never take any decision. So now he can take his decision, and that's why he took the decision to live with her now, in whatever money he's earning and whatever he can afford. So he's materialistically very wise now, and instead of spending money, extra money here and there, he's now putting the money in the right place, because now he understands that money is energy. And if he is not happy, then he can sit in the most expensive car, but it will not give him happiness. I saw one meme once which said that, it's always better to cry on in a Ferrari or in a BMW as compared to crying on a bicycle. It's a very bullshit meme from this perspective, from ascension perspective, because let's understand, whether you cry on the bicycle or you cry inside a lavish car, you're still crying. You're still unhappy. It doesn't matter where you are sitting and crying. You are unhappy, so you're unhappy. And I think most cyclists, if you are into cycling, are definitely much more happy sitting on the bicycle, because that is something what they love. If they are forced to earn a lot of money, slog themselves, and then buy an expensive fancy car, those tears would be tears of massive pain, So eventually the masculine knows where to place his loyalties, and she also knows where to place her loyalties. And that finally teaches them the lesson of loyalty. And loyalty is one of the most important lesson of this twin flame ascension journey, because if you're not loyal to yourself or to the person you're with, then what's the point of being honest? Honesty and loyalty, these are the two things that make a person a great person, these two qualities. So the house is full of love. There is color of love. There is a fragrance of loyalty. There is a fragrance of honesty. And this is not just your home or my home. This is our home. This is where we come and relax. Because what they're actually also saying is that the home is basically symbolism of their union, of their love. Now, I also want to say that in many cases, this may not play out. This is not necessary that you move in together in a house. But this is energetically also possible. This is also symbolic of energetic movement, which means that it's not necessary that both of them live under the same roof, but it's very much possible that they create an energy which they call home, which is their own energy, both of theirs. It could be possible they are dating, it could be possible they are friends, it could be possible, because the twin flame journey happens in such a way that there is no label for the union. You can never give the label to union. Maybe the divine masculine is still busy in some other place and she is busy in some other city. Maybe they're living in different states. But earlier there was separation, there was silence, there was hatred. But now they talk to each other every day. And they're very loyal to one another. They're very honest to one another. They only love one another. The distance is only a physical trait. In their hearts, there is no distance. And this can also play out with people who lived under the same roof at one time, but they were going through separation for many years. And there are online testimonies of those people also. I have personally seen those testimonies where the masculine, who's a girl, she spoke about her journey. She said that we were in union, we lived together, we got married, but in the past 2 years or so, we are in separation despite living under the same roof. And now I am forced to believe and forced to know that there is more inner work that I need to do, because we don't see each other face to face and we don't want to. Though we both know that we are in the ascension journey, we are both twin flamers, but we just don't want to face each other because we have to do our own thing. So the man is always busy, he doesn't even talk to her, and she's doing her own things, they have a child. So things can happen like that also. But then you would think then, oh, how long? Like I remember one girl once told me that, oh, I can't do this whole twin flame journey, this is too tiring. Well then, suit yourself, don't do this journey, live like other conventional people. You know what I mean? So this moving in together, here it's being shown physically, but the energy that has been given to me, the energy that I'm sharing with you all, basically that doesn't mean that all the people will move in physically. Some of you will move in energetically, and you will have harmonized conversations, harmonized relationship, harmonized support. You will become one another's support system. And they are saying that this is not a fancy house, this is not an expensive house, but still it is our house, it is the house of our love. And it is there is a lot of connection with people that they've both formed, with good people, because this is how you ascend. When you are ascending, you start finding the right contacts, the right people who uplift your spirits. You listen to them, you talk to them, you learn so much, you feel so better, you have epiphanies, or they inspire you in some way. Somebody is doing a water fast for 20 days and they can inspire other people, how to live like that. Or somebody is only growing organic food, they're growing vegetables, tomatoes, potatoes on their own, and they're living that type of life, and they can inspire others. Somebody is living in the city but they are working for the street animals, and they inspire others to love street animals more and live in more unified energies. Somebody is probably working with women, with old people, with children. Somebody is in health and hospitality. So how do they maintain their energies? How do they uplift their spirits? How do they do that? Whatever they have learned, they spread it out. So you start meeting good people, you start reading good books, because mind also needs food. It's all basically content. So you start attracting the content that uplifts you. It's not like I always have to go and meet people, or you always have to go and physically meet people. A phone call can uplift you, a video can uplift you, a book can uplift you. So both of them, they don't want all of the materialistic nonsense anymore, and the home basically is one love that they have created with their healing, with their energies, and they're saying it's the best home. And to see this house, you have to see it through our house, through our eyes, and maybe that's why this channeling is happening, because they're sharing this energy for the rest of you to know, to listen to understand that you can either keep focusing on the fights, or the breakup, or the bad situations, or how things didn't work out, or the nagging, or the words, or you focus on empowering yourself and focus on uplifting your energies. I'm not one of those coaches, and I'm not one of those healers who are going to tell you that, oh, you just have to do this and act in a certain way, only then you're in a union. As I said, there are different types of unions. Different types of unions. You're not a conventional person, so you cannot have conventional unions like other people do. And on that note, I want to congratulate all of you people who are getting into more unified, more solid energies. You are feeling more equanimous. You're looking for areas. You're not scared of the darkness anymore. Earlier, if darkness used to come, or a demon used to come in the form of a person or a place or a situation, you would back off. Now you go and face the demons. You go and walk into their face, you look into their eyes, and you face them, you observe them. You're not that scared as how you used to be. And if you're not scared, you're not going to be addicted to anything. You're not going to do anything that makes you feel comfortable. Rather, you would always be like the warrior who's always ready, always ready, always ready, always ready. Never like saying, oh, I want to take rest, I'm tired. That feeling of tiredness only happens when you are the doer. When you are not a doer anymore, when source is the doer, then how can you be tired? How can you be like sick of things? How can you be like, I can't do this anymore. This ascension journey is so horrible. This is so difficult. It will be difficult. That phase will come, but you're not going to run away from it either. Because when the divine feminine runs away from her own inner wounds and her own inner healing, the divine masculine will also show the same by running away from her. They are connected, my friends. They are connected. A lot of divine feminines, they run away from the inner work and they say, oh, I'll do it later. I know them. They contact me, some of them. They write to me and they say, oh, please, can you put me on priority basis, please? Some of them sign up for the course and then they go missing. They are like, oh, can I please take time tomorrow, maybe 1 week later? Because they're so scared. They know the sessions would be intense. They know that. Some of them really know that. So keep running. You'll keep running. They'll keep running. Then don't complain that everyone is running away from you. Or the feeling of one love is running away from you. Because actually, everything is feeling. Everything is feeling. We are human beings. We feel things, And to feel uplifted energies, you have to face your demons. And these two people have done that. And I'm very proud of them. And they are saying to all of you, if you want to see our home, you want to come to our house, you want to come to this energy, then you can ask to watch through us. Because only when you watch through us, then only you can see that there is a lot of history we have and a lot of work we have done and many battles that we fought. So on this note, I'm going to end this channeling. Thank you so much. One love and peace out.